Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about intuitive eating versus calorie counting. So I know traditionally, maybe when it comes to diets and exercise, we all think about how many calories do I need to eat and how many proteins and how many fats and carbohydrates and this, that, and the other. And if you count your macros and all that stuff and you count calories, that's fine. I'm definitely not telling you how to be or what to do. I'm just telling you what works for me. I've done both intuitive eating and I've done calorie counting. Initially, when I started losing weight, my first attempt at losing weight, I did do calorie counting. I figured out, I don't know where it came from, where, the standard was 1,200 calories for women and 2,000 calories for men. I don't think that it's so cut and dry when it comes to calories. It really has to do with your body, your height, your weight, your activity level, and so many other factors when it comes to how many calories you should be eating in a day. There are ways to calculate it online. Go online and you could figure out your resting metabolic rate and then what you burn, on a daily basis to maintain the current weight that you're in. So I think it's a calculator online. Just Google it, you'll find it. Go on it. It asks you for your height, your weight, whether you're male or female, your age, and all that stuff. And it gives you a basic number. You can follow that, I think, or you can ask your doctor. You can do all that stuff if you're trying to count calories and macros and fats and all that stuff. I don't do that. I don't bother with that. The reason I don't bother with that is when you eat intuitively, and especially when you eat a whole food plant-based diet, and not even a plant-based diet, when you eat a whole food diet. So if you're not eating a completely plant-based diet and you still have chicken and fish and eggs and things like that, I still believe that with that you can intuitively eat. I intuitively eat even more confidently with my whole food plant-based diet. So I eat when I'm hungry and I don't eat when I'm not hungry. And it's very much simplified, and it's no stress. I don't go to restaurants really that often, so I shouldn't really tell you that I don't have stress when I go to restaurants, but I know what I'm eating most of the time. I know what I'm eating ahead of time. I know what I'm putting into my body is greens, vegetables, fruits, beans, whole grains, nuts, seeds, avocado, things like that. I know what I'm eating and I know how much I need in order to not be starving. So when I'm sitting down and I'm eating a huge salad and, in it I have my, grains and I have my nuts and I have my seeds and I have my fruits and vegetables and all of the things that I need to eat in a day nutritionally, I know that I'm not starving. I know that I'm not going to be hungry. I know that I don't need to calorie count also because I'm eating foods in their whole form. There's no labels, there's no processing. Foods aren't condensed and into, and their water removed and their fiber removed into small little amounts like chips, let's say, or, deep fried foods or things like that that are so calorie dense and the amounts of them are so small that I might eat a whole bag or I might eat, more than I normally would if I was not eating whole foods and plant-based. What is happening right now? Okay, there we go. So I might be a little more concerned if I was eating processed foods and if I was eating a lot of high fat, high oil, deep fried fast foods. I would be worried because in a fast food meal, look at the stats of foods that you eat from chains and fast food places. You can go upwards of thousands of calories in a salad, let alone a hamburger, French fries, or any of the things that they sell in the fast food chains, burritos, you name it. Name any fast food place and take a look at the calories and you'll be pretty amazed at how many calories are in these foods and you're just eating that as one meal of your day. So in that case, when you're not eating whole foods, regardless of whether you're plant-based or not, if you're not eating foods in their natural form or, without all the added stuff like cheese and deep fried, and the forms of cooking are important too. Putting foods that are deep fried and fast food and things like that, you will need to calorie count, and you will need to be a little more concerned if you're trying to maintain your weight or even lose weight, or include cheat meals, or include these meals that people include. I don't know why. I personally don't agree with cheat meals. I just think if you're hungry, eat and just make the right choices, and they don't need to be something that you don't want to do. What I found for me, eating the way that I eat now, I look forward to eating this way. It's not something that I dread. I don't hate eating this way. I don't look forward to eating bad foods because I know how they make me feel. And I don't have another word besides bad foods, but the foods that I choose not to eat, I choose not to eat them. It's not that I can't have them. I can definitely have anything I want. I could sit there and eat pizza and fast food and anything that I want to eat. I choose not to eat them because they are not conducive with my goals at all. And they don't serve me. They make me feel like crap. They make me feel lethargic. I have no energy. I'm fat and tired and sick when I eat those foods. So yeah, the meal might be cheap. It might be less expensive than, let's say, buying healthy food. I know sometimes people talk about, oh, eating healthy is so expensive. Yeah, maybe fruits and vegetables might be a little more expensive than stuff off of a dollar menu, but being sick and going to the doctor and having diabetes and high cholesterol and high blood pressure and congestive heart failure, I think that's a little more expensive than healthy eating. So I choose the healthy eating route. Now, for me, it's very simple. It's very simple. It's very clear cut. That's what I need to do to get healthier, because I right now have put my body through so much being the weight that I am and being obese for a lot of my life. So I've already put my body through the ringer. And now that I'm being kind to my body, I can't do the thing that people like to, they talk about cheat meals or this, that, and the other, or indulging or live a little. I am living a little. I'm living a lot by eating this way and choosing this lifestyle, because I was living for a long time and it got me really dying on the inside. So I'd rather not die on the inside. I'd rather feel alive. I'd rather look better, feel better. I'd rather have clearer skin and higher energy levels and less crap going into my body, and eating the cleanest that I could possibly eat, because I really feel like cheat meals are cheating yourself. That's what I really feel. I don't look forward to those things. I really did used to look forward to eating bad foods and indulging in pizza and cheese and fast food, and maybe like just eating above the amount that I needed to eat, and like kind of just getting caught up in the moment with friends and family and social events and holidays and wanting to eat whatever I wanted to eat with no limit. But what I was ignoring was how I felt, and truly I did not feel good. So what I've eliminated out of my diet were things that didn't make me feel good and things that I didn't want to eat anymore. So I by no means am telling you to cut out, eat whatever you want, cut out whatever leave in whatever you want to leave in. If cheat meals work for you, absolutely do them. The world is your oyster. I mean, whatever you want it to be, that's what it'll be. I choose to eat the way that I do. It's been simpler for me. It's been easier. I don't order, let's say, I don't necessarily agree with the plans that you buy the food and it comes to you, or counting points or counting calories or all that stuff, because I feel like, can you do it forever? Do you want to do it forever? Will you be on vacation and at the exact time know exactly how many calories are going into something? Or will you be able to whip out your phone and look up a calorie count or a point equivalent to something? I don't know. For me, that seems like a little more restrictive or stressful than just intuitively eating. That's the way I look at it. When you eat whole foods, the way that I eat, a whole food plant-based, a low-fat whole food plant-based diet, it's become so easy. I don't care about counting calories, hitting my macros or making sure I eat enough or any of that, because I know that I'm eating when I'm hungry. I'm stopping when I feel satisfied, not overly full. And I'm again eating the next meal when I feel hungry. I'm having water between my meals. I'm making sure I stay hydrated. These things are very important. Staying hydrated, getting enough rest, trying to manage your stress, and having outlets and ways to manage your stress, which could be exercise, staying active, and making proper food choices. Food choices are extremely important. I tell you that all the time because they really are. They are the exact thing that is giving you energy or making you feel depleted. So eat the high energy foods, eat the foods that are full of nutrients, and don't eat the foods that have been so processed to death that they no longer carry any nutrients. All they carry is a taste, that pleasure thing that we get when we eat the foods that are like that, and that's it. That's what is in those foods: pleasure, and not a lot of nutrients. So you want the nutrients, you don't want the crap, like, I don't know what better way to say it to you, but when you make bad food choices, you're basically doing harm to your body. And with doing harm to your body, the foods that are processed the most, the foods that are cooked in the ways where we're talking about deep fried foods, we're talking about junk food, those are very high calorie foods. Those are foods that normally you would tend to limit. And normally you would have to count calories or understand what you're eating. Because I don't know about you, easily, and I won't name any fast food chains, I have eaten a fast food meal, felt satisfied in the moment, but also have been able to eat something else in the day. And when you do that, you've gone over your calorie limits. You just have. That fast food meal is loaded with calories, loaded with fat, loaded with everything under the sun except what you need in order to properly fuel your body. So I've been there. I've eaten above and beyond my calorie limits, and it goes without saying, because if I didn't eat above and beyond my calorie limits, I wouldn't be the size that I am, and I wouldn't be obese or needing to lose weight. I would be maintaining a healthy weight, and that would be the end of it. So because I was leading the lifestyle where I was living it up or eating whatever I want or indulging, now that I've become educated in proper nutrition and I've become educated in what works for my body and what doesn't on a realistic level, not talking on an addictive food level where you're just like wanting to eat for no reason because your body doesn't need what you're putting in it when you're eating those things or when you're eating in excess. So you're eating for different reasons, whether that's emotional, whether that's boredom, whether that's because it's there. Sometimes it's that simple. We eat it because it's there. So get rid of the foods that are not serving you, that are around you, and snack foods. And I know it is challenging, especially when you live with other people, when you live with family, when you have kids, when you cook for other people. It's challenging to avoid those foods, but you need to. That's something you really need to do. It's something you need to get a grip on, basically, because it's your body. What you're putting in it, that's your choice 100%. So you can't blame anyone around you or even the snack that's sitting on the table. The snack sitting on the table isn't like, eat me. You're eating it. So don't do it to yourself. It's not worth it. Believe me, it's not worth it. Been there, done that, eaten it all, and this way of eating, this way of going about it has been so freeing. It really has been so freeing. You feel liberated. You don't feel trapped in this whole food game. I call it a game because companies are, out there to make snack foods, to make a profit. They're not concerned with your health. They're not concerned with, whether or not you're getting healthy or losing weight or not, eating the foods that they're providing. They just want to make sure you keep buying their snack foods, you keep eating their snack foods and whatever else they're doing. And fast food companies, yes, although they've changed and throughout the years and made healthier options on the menu, but let's be realistic. I mean, they're not the healthiest option that you could have. And it's just so much better if you could just try and cook for yourself, try and make those meals, try and have healthier options besides fast food. Fast food should just be eliminated out of your diet. That's my genuine opinion. Fried foods should be out of your diet. Things like that should be completely out of your diet, no question. But again, some people can completely eliminate it. Some people need it once in a while. If you need it once in a while, have it once in a while, but understand what you're doing and what it's doing to your body. So when you do eat those foods, you will need to calorie count. You will need, if you want to maintain your weight. If you want to maintain your weight and you want to also indulge, you want to have your cake and eat it too, then make sure it's a slice that fits into your calorie, your caloric needs for the day. If you go over, a calorie is a calorie at the end of the day. So if you go over what your body needs and you're not burning that excess, you're gaining weight. So calories in, calories out is very important. What you need for your body, let's say your body burns 2,000 calories at a resting rate, and that's just your resting metabolic rate. If you're eating over 2,000 calories and you're doing that all week, you're gaining weight at the end of the week. It's that simple. So you have to be in a calorie deficit in order to lose weight. And whether that calorie is coming from fast food or whether that calorie is coming from whole foods and vegetables and fruits and all that, you still have to be aware that anything over the amount is really not serving you. Now, when I say with my whole food plant-based, I don't calorie count, it's because it's very difficult on a whole food plant-based diet to overindulge or to eat beyond your capacity, because whole foods are literally whole foods. They're packed full of fiber, they're packed full of water, nutrients, and all their things in their whole form and need to be broken down by the body. So they take up a lot more room in your stomach than, let's say, fast food that's been stripped of everything that it has, allowing you to consume more at a faster rate and a higher calorie level. That's why intuitive eating works for me. That's why a whole food plant-based diet works for me. It serves me in many ways. Intuitively eating is just easy. I eat when I'm hungry. I don't eat when I'm not hungry. I recognize hunger signals within myself that are real hunger signals, physical signals of hunger, not emotional, because I do have the emotional signals of hunger when I'm on my menstrual cycle, when I'm stressed out, but I don't, when the menstrual cycle thing, that's a beast of its own. But the stressed out part, I can combat that with choosing fruits, choosing vegetables, and things like that. When it comes to just wanting to eat more during my menstrual cycle, then I will eat a little bit more of the plant-based food that I'm already eating. I will not turn towards fast food. I will not turn towards eating something that's completely not in my not in my eating plan. And I will not turn towards things that are, packaged snacks, or go to the supermarket and buy like everything under the sun just because it's plant-based, or just because it's labeled as, vegan or things like that, doesn't mean that it's healthy all the time. So you can be unhealthy and be, plant-based or not eat any meat or dairy or things like that. So just because it says that doesn't mean that it's 100% healthy. So please be aware of any processed packaged foods that you're eating and understand that they have less nutrients and more calories, and you do have to watch out when you eat packaged foods, more so than when you eat whole foods that don't have any labels. So no labels, no calorie counting. Labels, you have to calorie count. It's just the way it goes if you want to maintain your weight. So I hope this video has helped kind of break that down and break down the reasons why I don't calorie count, and maybe it'll help you not be stuck in the cycle of having to calorie count, and be able to eat more foods that have a lot of nutrients and less of the foods that don't have a lot of nutrients and are really high in fat and high in calories, like for example cheese, that doesn't really have a lot of nutrients at all, and has a lot of calories and fat. So it might not be serving you to have that particular food item, and you can fill the place of cheese with something else that serves you better and you feel better. So that's just my little 2 cents on the topic. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment and tell me whatever your thoughts are, and I'll be sure to respond, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.